Hi folks, in today's video, I'm going to be having a look at why your lower back pain, your chronic back pain is not going away. Perhaps you're going to see a physiotherapist, chiropractor, osteopath, doing different modalities, stretching, yoga, cryotherapy, heat therapy, etc., but you're still in lots of pain, you still got sciatica pain, you still got lower back pain. What could some of those underlying reasons be? We're going to get into that today. Now, before we do though, listen, if you're enjoying my content, please like and share. If you want to make sure you're updated weekly on what I produce, hit that subscribe button. Okay, you got to do it if you want to know more, all right? So let's get into this. Now, today I prepared a little whiteboard for us to go through this. And there's a couple of things we need to have a look at. So, along the bottom here, we've got a green line along the horizontal axis. And that is our time scale. It can be days, weeks, months, and years. We've got a red graph line going up and down there. That's what I call the pain cycle. And on the outside of it, there's a blue line. I put that as rehab, that's your rehabilitation program. And underneath the red, there's a black dotted line, and that is basically your activity level. Now, what typically happens when somebody has an injury, they get diagnosed, they've got a herniated disc, they've got sciatica, okay, extreme pain, boom, do nothing, okay, they can't do anything, and they start, oh, you got to go for rehabilitation, so they go to a physiotherapist, they start their physiotherapy, up they go, they're progressing, you know, maybe they go twice a week, 3 times a week, maybe every day. They're feeling a little bit better. Oh, this feels pretty good, I feel pretty good. So they increase their activity. Okay, activity level, yeah, there's a little bit of pain's increasing, but it's okay, I can do this. Perhaps, you know, maybe they used to be runners or swimmers, and they go, hey, I'm going to try a run today. So maybe it's Thursday or Friday, they go for a run. They come back in, yeah, feel fine. Then they end up, maybe on Saturday, going to mow the lawn, cut the grass, okay, still feeling fine. Saturday night, okay, activity's going up, and yeah, it's a little bit sore, but I still feel okay. They go bowling, all right, or whatever it could be. Sunday morning, they wake up and they cannot move. Boom, straight back down, okay? We've done far too much activity and we end up extreme pain and we have to stop everything. We stop the rehabilitation, that stops off. We stop all the activity, we basically regress back. Now, we may go back to rehabilitation, but of course we may be at more of a beginner level again. We reached a certain stage and then we've regressed back. And I've seen this many, many, many times over my career. People have come to me who've been to physiotherapists, they've been to chiropractors, and a lot of times it's the same story. Yeah, I went, 3 times a week for 2 months, 3 months, and I'm still not better. Can you please help? Yeah. And I had to explain this to them, how to make behavioral changes, and we take a nice step-by-step progress. Because what invariably happens if people don't do this, they start again, okay? They go into the next cycle, it could be weeks later, months later, back to rehab. Oh, I'm feeling okay. Yeah, I do a bit more, they do a bit more, they push themselves too much. Bang, same thing happens again. Down we go. And this can end up even to a worse situation where they start catastrophizing about the actual things they're doing. So, for example, it might have been mowing the lawn, it might have been picking up one of the kids or the grandkids, and they become so fearful of doing any activities. And it's actually a model, it's called the fear avoidance model. It's going to pop up on the screen there for you a second. And even just the thought of doing the activity which brought about the pain, they end up, they basically become like this walking tense person. Like, oh, I can't do it because that's going to hurt me. It's going to hurt me. And I had one client like this, I remember back in the day. And we did a lot of work with cognitive behavioral therapy to sort of help her understand how to handle the pain, what it meant, how she felt, to overcome these objections, if you will, to sort of get her on the road to recovery. So this, what I call this pain cycle, this is a lot of people fall into this, and they end up, could be 1 year later in exactly the same position, like maybe many of you are. You've got this constant pain, it's not going away, and you can't think, what is it? And you've gone through these boom and busts where you've been feeling fantastic, you do more, boom, and everything comes crashing down. There has to be a better way, and there is a better way, okay? Now we'll get rid of this one, I've got another one prepared. Because That's part of the reason I created my own methodology. I call it the BASH methodology. And if you've not seen it already, you should really go and check it out. It's my lower back pain recovery challenge, where I put a very effective system into place for people to go from basically baseline, starting zero, all the way through to a much reduced pain level. And it's over the course of 21 days. It's a 21-day video course where I lead you through every step of the way. We progress things gradually, step by step, to give you reduced pain. The link is there down below. Go check it out, www.bashbackpain.com/course. Check it out today. So what is an optimal program? What does it look like? So let me just bring this up for you. It's a bigger whiteboard. So we've got the same symbols, the same keys here. We've got the time along the bottom. Yes, we've got our pain cycle in red. We've got the activity, that's the black level there, the black dots, and blue is our rehabilitation. Now, this one's a little bit different because we'll see here, we've got the pain, the person does nothing, then they start to build up. Okay, they're building up an activity level and rehabilitation level. They hit a bit of pain, they come back down, but you'll notice the activity level doesn't change. They still keep it quite, they drop off a little bit, but they try to keep it constant. The rehabilitation is also constant. Now, the reason for that is because it's been a gradual increase in activity. It's been a gradual increase in rehabilitation. They've not done too much. They were taught correctly what their limits were. They found their limits, their pain triggers, if you will, and they took a step back, said, that's my limit, I can't do any more. And what this eventually allows is, you'll notice when there is because, okay, it happens, right? You can twist a certain way, you can sneeze, you can catch yourself, you can slip on the ice, something can happen, and boom, you can have a pain trigger, right? But what happens with good progress is these pain triggers, they don't happen as much. The cycle, the curves, the top curves there, they get wider and wider apart, and the peaks are not as high as they were before. So you will get little intermittent periods of pain, but they'll become much, much less. And you see there, this is rehabilitation. It's like a wave, because what we do whenever you do any exercise, you have a rehabilitation where you do something, you have a few days off, let the body to recover, okay? And that's basically where if you want, the muscles are torn down, you rebuild yourself, and you come back up again, you do a little bit more, down you go because you're obviously recovering, rebuild yourself, and it's a constant, it should be a constant all the way up. So from this point to that point, you've obviously got to the point where you're doing much more activities, much more stretching. Likewise, the activity level as well. Okay, you decrease it a little bit when you have a pain, a severe pain, you may have to stay, lying down for a couple hours, or maybe half the day, just take it very easy. But you've already built up enough strength from your rehabilitation, you recover faster. And that's one of the big things as well, is the fact that because you're actually building that base, you're building that strong foundation, when you do have a small interruption, okay, be it from, I said, slipping on the ice or whatever it could be, running after the kids or something crazy like that, you come back, you bounce back quicker, okay? But it's only possible when you have a constant and gradual progressive plan in place, which is what I try to instill during my recovery challenge, my course. Same thing, it's a gradual progressive state that we move in, yeah? And that's what we want to get to. We want to get to the point where there's very little pain triggers happening. When they do happen, it's very, very small, but by that time, your activity level is far, far higher than it was when you started out. That is the optimal program that we try to aim for. So listen, if you are struggling, if you are stuck in a place where you're not getting any better, you still seem to be in a lot of pain, you're not sure what it could be, take a look at your daily activities. Have a look at what you're doing. There's going to be something there which is probably one of your triggers, okay? And as I said, if you do want to go and check out my course, there'll be a video just in a couple of seconds that's going to pop up. You can go find out more about that course on a separate video as well. Guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and share, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.